Yo, what is going on? Welcome back to the harbor. Did you all know? What the hell am I talking about? Of course you all knew. Warped Tour is back 2025, and I believe it's about 7 years since their last show. 2018. Today we're going to be talking about the East Coast show, Washington, D.C. I live in Maryland, so it's the closest show to me. I'm not going to be discussing too much of the lineups at the other two locations. But let me tell you something, guys. When I saw this lineup, I definitely felt 16 again. I grew up on Warped Tour. It is a big part of my musical influence growing up. I made a lot of friends at these shows, and it really kind of shaped me as a person in my teenage years. And so the goal of today's video is to go over my top 10 bands that I want to see at Warped Tour this year. There's, of course, well over 10 bands that I would love to see. If the schedules line up, then maybe there's some more that are going to be on this list. And of course, this is going to be a subjective top 10. I would love to hear what y'all's top 10, or maybe just a couple of bands here that you love, or maybe bands that you've never seen before, down in the comments below. And hey, if you just want to say that my music taste is garbage, join the conversation. So without further ado, let's get to my number 10 from my top 10 list for Warped Tour 2025 DC. Sayo Sin, a band that I've been a fan of for a long time. However, the stars have not aligned and I have never seen them live. They are on my top 10 because there are plenty of songs on these guys' catalog that I can sing along to, have a great time. And again, I just haven't seen them yet. They are classic Warped Tour vibes and I'm really excited to see them. On to number 9. Senses Fail, another really old school band on the list. At number 9, a little bit above Sayo Sin, just because they've been making more music recently and I could jam with the new stuff too. So they're a really consistent band overall, and they're in genres of punk, emo, post-hardcore, lots of genres mixed together. So I'm super excited to see Senses Fail. They are really fun to see live, and let's go ahead to number 8. Take me back! Now we're really getting into the thick of it with a metalcore band at number 8 on my top 10. The reason why they're on this list is pretty simple. They are such a consistent band. I've seen them so many times live. So many amazing albums. They never stop progressing, especially after losing their lead vocalist. Progressing as a band while still paying homage to their old style and their past vocalist. So they are a really emotional, heavy band, and that is right down my lane. So I'm excited to see We Came as Romans again at Warped Tour 25. On to number 7. The Word Alive, coming in at number 7, a band that I simply could not miss year after year, going to all of those Warped Tours back in the day. I loved their sound back then, and although they've had some changes in their sound and a lot of band member changes, going to other projects, other bands, they are still making bangers today. And we talk about some bands that get a little bit more of the pop elements in their music growing up. I'm here for it. So I'm excited to see what The Word Alive has in store for Warped Tour 25. On to number 6.
Every day's a vicious cycle and I'm stuck on repeat. been over-medicated, waiting, praying for peace. I guess it's death or deliverance, but it's not up to me. Cause the devil's dealing cards and he's playing for keeps. Night after night, hear my soul keep saying, fight for your life, but my will feels wasted.
Memphis Mayfire coming in at number 6. What can I say about these guys other than they are one of the most consistent metalcore bands, just like We Came as Romans. Almost 2 decades of music. I've seen them so many times growing up, and I haven't heard their last 2 albums in the flesh. So this is another band that I'm really excited to see their new era live. On to number 5. Years Strong, number 5, not 4, number 5 on my top 10 list for Warped Tour. This music video is literally filmed at Warped Tour. I don't know what year it was, but literally every time I see them, whether it was at a Warped Tour, another festival or concert, these guys gain a lot of respect from a fellow bearded man. They know how to throw a fucking party. And I get it if pop punk isn't really your vibe, but you gotta respect the grind. You gotta respect that they've been a band so long, playing so many shows and spreading so much positivity. You don't gotta worry about any elbows to the face in the mosh. All you gotta worry about is hanging out with your bros, singing loud as fuck, and having an absolute blast. On to number 4. Get It On with Gideon at number 4 on my top 10 list. Another band that I have not seen live, and a lot of these bands are going to be higher up on the list. However, these guys have different qualifications. They are a super heavy band, which I love. However, they're not really shying away from blending different sounds and different genres, trying out new sounds. Kind of like how Falling in Reverse blends a lot of sounds, especially with their song that blended metal and country with the artist Jelly Roll. This band has done something similar with a band named Lakeview. So not only is that super impressive, I love seeing bands push the envelope on what metal can be. I'm really excited to see what they got at Warped Tour. They have new music in 2023, so again, I'm excited. Let's go on to our top 3.
Let's just stop, drop everything, forget each other's names, and just walk away.
The first band in the top 3 goes to Chiodos. This band is super old, a great band. Guys, this song playing right now is 20 years old. Think about that. This is one of the first metal bands that I ever listened to. I've seen them a few times. I know there's a lot of controversy over Johnny Craig, the lead vocalist, and a lot of his different projects here and there. But I'm stoked to see what they sound like in 2025. And on Wikipedia, it says that Johnny Craig is the only member of the band. I'm sure he's gonna get people to come and play with him. But again, one of my favorite bands growing up. I cannot miss these guys. On to number 2. Number 2, Bless the Fall. This one is going to be short and sweet and to the point. Another metalcore band on this list. I'm a big fan of metalcore. However, this band specifically, I can listen to any one of their albums front to back. and enjoy the entire ride. There's not one song where I'm like, I could do without it. They are simply banger after banger. So I'm excited to see these guys again. Bless the Fall, incredible band at Warped Tour 25. Now, number 1. Any guesses? Let's go. My most anticipated band of Warped Tour 2025 is, of course, Slaughter to Prevail. If you're a fan of Headbang Harbor and you've been here a while, you've seen them on the channel, you've seen reactions of their music. These Russians are fucking crazy. As an aspiring drummer, it makes me want to quit, honestly. Alex Terrible doing so many different collaborations with other bands. Super, super impressive overall band. I've seen these guys, actually, I'm wearing the shirt where I saw them first at Blue Ridge. And in fact, I saw them open for Falling in Reverse. So I've seen these guys twice and they are still at the top of my list. Slaughter, I can't wait to see you guys at Warped Tour 2025. Wrapping up the top 10 bands that I want to see personally at Warped Tour 2025 in DC. Like I said, if you think I have terrible taste, that is okay. I am going to put up, however, some honorable mentions because this video was really hard to make. Choosing just 10 bands off this list honestly took me well over an hour. But I hope it doesn't take you all an hour because the homework of this video is throw your top 10 down in the comments down below. It doesn't have to be just a DC location. I know there's some really dope exclusive bands at the other 2 locations. And if you didn't get a ticket, just play the game. Why not? And guys, if you are going to the DC Warped Tour, I would love to meet up with y'all and have a chat and listen to some great music. In that case, I will see you in a few weeks. If not, I'll see you back on the channel very, very soon. Peace.